Hey, what's up there everybody? Steve with the Penguin Outdoors YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to be fishing a kayak tournament with the kayak anglers in Missouri on Mzingo Lake. First is going to be a pre-fishing day, which is what I'm doing right now, and we're going to try and figure this lake out a little bit because I've never been here before, and try to balance between a normal fun day on the water and trying not to wear out whatever bites I may find. So far I've been out here maybe an hour or so, and I've got one fish in the boat that I'm not even sure would have measured, and we're talking about an 8-inch minimum. It probably would have measured, but he was a little guy, and we're gonna try and find some more. I'm really not sure what the name of the game is going to be out here, but I think that this lake will suit my style, and I'm going to try not to get hyper focused on figuring it out competition wise, and more just focus on figuring it out for myself and having some fun. So that's what we're doing, and you're coming along for the ride. Stay tuned. There we go. Seems like a little guy. I should have just put you in the net just because. Tiny little guy, but it told us something, didn't it? Generally speaking, structure changes are really good. So where you have this grass and then it transitions into rock, usually where that change happens is a good spot to find bass. Any luck? Yeah, I've only caught one too, and it wasn't impressive. Alright, y'all. Well, Trey made it. Took him a little bit. And he forgot his remote for his trolling motor, so he's all the way up there. Getting frustrated already. Little does he know how frustrating it can be out here. Because I am on the struggle bus. For real. But we're about to change that up. I'm about to throw the whole plan out and just go fish like I fish like it's any other day. Because that's how we're going to get some fish. Fixing to get real. Busting out the big worm. Yeah. Too good for practice day. Chill there for a minute, would you? My shit's caught. There we go. Come here. That's a little better. That'll measure. Pro tip, guys, if you're using a double header, remember to unbungee your net.
Hey, he jumped like he was a 10-pounder.
Yeah, he did. Dude, when it broke the water the first time, I was like, I didn't want this today.
Well, I thought that was a huge, huge fish when I heard it roll.
I was fixing to be a little angry that I caught that, but luckily it's not a 10-pounder. Look what it's on, buddy.
I know, you'll stop.
No, it ain't. That's a 10-inch worm, buddy. Look at that, guys. Let's measure you so we know what we're working with, and then we're going to get off this spot. Huh? Technically, you're on the point. All right, buddy. Quit it. All right, guys, that's a 16 and a quarter. We're gonna get that back in the water.
16
and a quarter. All right, I'm putting that bait down. So now that we caught that fish, a nice fish, on that big worm, we're gonna put that down, put that away. We're not gonna use that the rest of the day because today's practice. We know it works. We know where it worked. That tells me everything I need to know. Now I'm sitting in 17.2 feet of water, if you can read the screen there, off some riprap and up in some timber. And what I want to do here is work the jig and the chatterbait, more so the jig, down along this timber and up along the riprap and see if I can find a bite. And if I can, I'll put that down and mark the spot. Guys, I just realized my net's missing. My net's missing. I hit a wicked stump back there. I bet it popped out. Yeah, it's got a noodle on it. Well, I have my net on the double header, and I try to lash it to the double header when I'm driving because it'll fall out. I need to just start putting it in the rod holder when I'm underway. But so anyway, I was just fishing back there and realized my net's gone. And I had it unlashed when I was fishing. And I bet when I whacked that stump real bad and I was so focused on the trolling motor, that's probably when it fell out. The net itself doesn't float, but it's got a pool noodle on it. So I should find it floating. Hopefully. Because not having my net for tomorrow would stink. But one thing I'm noticing is, in addition to all the kayak problems I had at the beginning of the year, not with the Bonafide, but with the Hobie, I'm having a lot of net issues. Oh, there was a big fish right there. I've already gone through where I hit that big stump. She's gone. Go back over here where I can put the motor back down. Just ran over something. I bet my net sunk. The fact that we haven't found it already tells me that maybe the pool noodle wasn't enough to keep it afloat. Maybe the handle filled up with water. It still should have kept it afloat, but I can't see any reason other than that why I haven't found it yet. Unless it's just like way out in the middle of the lake somewhere and needle in a haystack, so that sucks. We're gonna rock no net. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh, guys, I was already pretty tired from barely getting any sleep and leaving at like 2 a.m. to make the couple-hour drive over here, but man, something like losing a net, that'll take it out of you. Like, I mean, I stay positive through pretty much everything. I don't think that net's gonna make or break me. It just sucks. It just sucks anytime you're a few hours away from home fishing and something goes wrong, so. You bastard. Alright, I'll show you guys my car camping setup with the Jeep Renegade, since it's like together. It's kind of haphazard at the moment, but that's okay. It's going to give you an idea. So I've got my sleeping platform all folded out. I put a thingy up on the screen there on how I built that. I've got a 3-inch mattress topper. It's a twin size with a sheet thrown over it. Super, super comfortable. This is just a camping blanket. But as you can see, I got plenty of room up in there. I got some bags up next to me, but I can move those. I don't need them there. I've got these fancy cheapo screens here on the window. These are sleeves. They just slide over the whole door. They cost like, I don't know, 10 bucks on Amazon. I've got one on each door. That lets me have the windows down, but keeps the bugs out. I got a big fan hanging there. I've got 2 fans up there that are powered by USB. They just plug into a battery pack there, and those are multi-speed fans that clamp onto the headrest. I've got some other fans too. They're just not out. I don't think I'm actually gonna need them. Got a little camping lantern there. I've got a bungee or 2 to hang stuff from. Mostly the fishing rods go up there. The fishing rods go through the bungees, and then the handles set back here on this curtain rod. But I can hang stuff from these too. I could hang from camera from them to film, other fans, stuff like that. Because I'm in a RV camping spot that has power, I've spread some of my stuff out instead of just running off the auxiliary battery in the car. So I got my camping fridge with all my food and cold drinks there in the shade under the trailer, hooked up to the power, and I'll hook the kayak batteries up to that power later to charge. I can charge the GoPros off of there and everything because I have an outdoor rated surge protector, but I also have auxiliary batteries in the car that I can charge them off of. Underneath the sleeping platform, I've got this drawer I made that just pulls out. It's got all kinds of stuff in it: urine bags, extension cords, RV power outlet or adapter, my cooking kettle, some food, my cooking stove is in my cup here, disposable bags for the portable toilet that's up under there if I decide to use it, my seasoning kit, my Hot Logic, gotta have baby wipes, dish towel, some other stuff. So not a bad little setup here. Anybody who tells you that the Jeep Renegade isn't big enough to car camp is wrong. 2 adults can sleep in this thing comfortably. 1 is going to sleep in it tonight, and then my daughter and I are actually going to go on a car camping trip next month, and we're going to use this setup and do a whole video about that. But I wanted to pause here in this video. Actually, you guys will probably see this as a separate video too, but I'm at a fishing tournament at Lake Mzingo, and so I'm filming. Today was practice day, so I filmed practice. I'm going to do some filming here in the camp. I'll film the actual tournament tomorrow. But if you're not watching the Mozingo Lake tournament, it's because this is in a separate video. I just wanted to show you guys a rough setup of the car camping because I just kind of threw everything in its place. But I can tell you I jumped in there and took a nap, and it's like, I'll tell you how hot it is. Hang on. So it's 94 right now with a real feel of like 105. But with those back windows down, I didn't even have the fans on, and with the very slight breeze and the shade, I was super comfortable in there, and I zonked out in like no time at all and took a nap and woke up perfectly comfortable. And I made the platform small enough so that I still have a little bit of room. I can't sit all the way up, but pretty close. and it's super comfortable. So you can definitely do this too. And I'm doing a whole playlist on car camping with the Jeep Renegade. I already did a video of how to build the platform, so definitely go check that out. And don't forget to subscribe, because more videos are coming, and I'm sure you guys will like those too. And check out my channel page if you want to see some more videos. So if you're sticking around for Lake Mzingo, the rest of that's going to continue in a minute. Wasn't originally planning to cook my shrimp tacos with mango, pineapple, picoed or whatever in an air-conditioned camper. But since Trey is bougie and rented one, I'll cook inside, I don't care. Then it's back to the Jeep. Gonna make some tacos. I'm officially chilling in the Jeep. And chilling actually isn't all that far off. It's not really that hot in here, especially when you got, you got this fan going over here, pulling in air from outside. Got these two fans, where are they? These two fans behind me going on high. And it's starting to cool outside, the sun's getting down. And if the storms roll in, it's gonna be pretty darn peaceful. Especially with these window nets on. Get these two back windows down, so tell you what, for a smaller vehicle like a compact SUV, you can do a lot with a Jeep Renegade. Like, I've got way more stuff in here with me than I have to have, and I still have a ton of room. Like, the fishing rods are in here because, I value my fishing rods. Those little things hanging down trying to tickle me over here. This little worm. Got my bags and stuff. So yeah, but I got plenty of room. I'm 6'1" and I can stretch all the way out, and I'm 245 pounds. I'm comfortable. This is a pretty legit setup. I'm pretty happy with it. So we're gonna watch some YouTube. We're gonna watch some Rocket Kit. If you've never checked out his channel, he's awesome. Talk to Kelly, and just kind of wind down and get ready for bed. So see you guys in the morning for our tournament. Nighty night. Hey everybody, welcome to tournament day. Still getting used to that. So it's gonna rain on us for sure. There's a little bit of heat lightning going on in the background. Luckily not regular lightning, because apparently we're not allowed to fish in that, and I'm crazy because I usually fish in it. But there's like 40, I want to say it's 49 people in this event, and this is not a huge lake, so it's going to be busy out here today. Lunchtime is at 5 a.m. It's just now starting to creep up on 4 a.m. But I like to be ready like way ahead of the game, and case in point, there's multiple people pulling in already, so we're just going to relax and see you guys on the water. Well, I figure it don't matter. We'll all be switching spots all day long anyway. There it is. Everybody be safe. Alright guys, so since I talked to you, I had huge trolling motor problems before the launch. It just kept power cycling. Fingers crossed it's okay now, because I'm running across the lake and it hasn't shut itself off, but that would suck if I had to paddle in the wind or didn't have spot lock. So really hoping whatever was going on with the motor is now resolved. If you didn't just see that flash in the background, we got some heat lightning going on, but there is a storm rolling in, and there's a lot of red on the radar, so there's probably going to be a lot of times that we have to stop fishing, and really hoping that that's few and far between and that we can get rained on and just keep fishing, but we'll see. We're going to try and get on the spot, get spot locked, probably get the rain gear out, even though I was hoping to avoid that for now, and see how it goes. It's starting to not look like heat lightning. The rain gear is on. I think I figured out what was wrong with the trolling motor. When I was shifting my fat self around in the seat, I noticed the power cutting in and out. The power cable at the back for the battery box runs just down under the seat, and it seems to have shifted some from its original position which I can address when I'm back on the land. I'm just trying not to move around too much in the seat. But like you can see, the sky behind me is actually quite pretty. The sky in front of me, not so much. The radar is pretty ugly, but it does look like it's moving fairly quickly. So hopefully it will blow through pretty quick here. But yeah, it's gonna get pretty wet. I haven't moved yet because I can see other kayak lights where people are just posted up, and it's almost 5:30, but I don't know what time is that? Let's see. It's 5:27, and the lightning's not over here where I am, but it's like, will my fish count? Will they not count? I don't know. So if it wasn't right on top of me, and if I were to put a line in the water and catch something, would it be legal? All right, buddy, that's all I needed. All right, thanks, sir. Bye. All right, so I talked to the TD, Steve, and I mean, you guys could have heard it maybe over the wind, but he doesn't mess with lightning. He's an electrician, I get it. I just don't want to be outside the bounds of the competition. I feel safe at the moment because it's not on top of me. He says it's not on top of me. If I were to catch a fish, would it be legal? So you can see it in the distance there. He says yes. I'm a fish until this storm makes me move. So let's go. Let's do this. You get smashed on that, I'm pulling out my top water. There's a big old bolt just over here a second ago. There's a big old bolt just over here a second ago. But like, here's the thing. Nobody else is going in. Here's my thing. With two lightning bolts like that, I feel like this is what they mean and they want you to stop. On the other hand, if nobody else stops, you know what I mean? Do you DQ the whole roster? The connection issue with the trolling motor just keeps getting worse, man. We're just gonna keep trying to limp it along. I'm figuring this one's a bust. I got no fish. The leader only has 3, so like, unless somebody's sandbagging, which in this weather, they're probably not. It's a little thin on the leaderboard anyway, but I'm at a lake. The first time I was at it was yesterday. I've been wanting to come here for a long time, so this is still like a win in that way, but I struggled some yesterday. Can't put anything together so far yet today. Trolling motor's having issues. I don't know, guys. We're gonna keep trying. At this point, I'd be happy to get one fish. Like, forget the tournament, forget a limit. I just want to catch a fish. The water has finally infiltrated my underwear. There must be a hole in my pants. I just felt cold water run. Oh, look at that cool trippy effect on my face. Steve with Penguin Outdoors coming to you from the scene of the Great Buoy Debate. I'm here with Trey Dawson of Recovery Outdoors. And we are here to tell you that the weather and the fishing sucks. Now, important update. My rain pants apparently have a hole in the crotch, which I have discovered because the rain has infiltrated my boxers. Now, if you've been watching my videos a while, you're gonna know that I have awesome boxers and they're worth every bit of the like $25 a piece I spend on them, and they will eventually dry. They will not dry now. So my downstairs is a little cold and wet. My upstairs is very confused. My motor is very upset with something to do with the wiring behind the seat. And since I'm fat, every time I shift in my seat, I have to take into account how that affects the motor so I don't lose my spot lock and float into a tree. So things are going pretty well overall. This is Trey, how you doing over there? We are having fun. That's your morning update. We're gonna go back to trying to find these fish that don't exist. I tell you this, I was more comfortable sleeping in my Jeep than I am right now. Did you get one? I didn't even notice. Yeah, I just realized your phone was out. What was it? Well, shit, that's something. We gotta cast over where Trey is. I actually didn't mean to do that. The wind got it. Well, Trey got one. That's something. What'd you get it on, Trey? Spinnerbait. You know what that means? Oh, yes, it does. How you going to tell me that don't mean chatterbait? If there's a moving bait bite, it means chatterbait. Chatterbait, chatterbait. About to win it all on chatterbait. Welcome back to the Weather Channel. It sucks. I still haven't caught a fish. Trey's got 3. Oh, it ain't letting up, y'all. But we're having fun. Because I looked at the time just a few minutes ago and I was like, oh my God, that's all it is? I feel like it should be like noon, dude. Maybe if the damn sun would come out, I could catch a fish. Oh, are you calling it? All right, I'm coming. Good enough for me. Time to go. I can take a hint. So I don't know if, clear the screen off there. I don't know if you guys saw that lightning strike or heard that lightning boom, but that's good enough for me. It's only 8 something. The tournament goes till 2. We're gonna head to the ramp. Trey, I'm heading to the ramp. You coming? All right, I'm gonna go take a break. That was pretty wicked lightning, man. Be careful. I don't know, Trey's gonna keep going. I'm not. I'm pretty bold, but that was a pretty big one. Kelly would wake me from the dead to torture me if I stayed out after that one. So let's head to the ramp, regroup, think about how we want to approach the rest of this day. And still nobody else is running. Literally nobody else is stopping fishing that I can see. If it was just me, like back at home, or like out on my own, just kind of doing my own thing, I would just keep fishing. I don't know. The right thing to do is probably go back to the ramp, regroup, see what everybody else is doing. Well, I was just gonna keep going, but there was some crazy lightning back there, and I was like,
yeah,
that's probably the point where they want me to stop.
Yeah. I seen a couple of them bolts come down. I'm like, okay, time for a little
like
stop.
Me personally, like if I was just fishing, I'd still be out there fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Like my threshold for what is safe is real skewed.
Yeah.
So like I hate that. Like
Yeah.
I get what he's saying with the you're a grown man, figure it out. But at the same time, like if you leave it up to me, I'm not gonna figure it out.
That's typically me too. I'm like, I'd probably be out there fishing if it wouldn't been.
I just kept looking, and other people keep fishing. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep fishing.
Yeah.
And then when I seen Stickley crossing the lake, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
If he's going in, I'm going in. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a sign.
Yeah.
Just me standing here on the bank in the rain, wondering what I should do to adjust. Leader's got like 90 something. 90 something. I've got 0. Not even a bite. It's probably the hardest part of bass fishing for me. Just trying to decide what to do different. Or do I just not do anything different? And just keep grinding. I don't know, man. You know, something I often forget that I have to remind myself in these tournaments. I'm a good angler. And for only chasing bass for a year now, I'm pretty damn good. Okay? That's not me being arrogant. I'm just saying, for a guy who's only been fishing for bass for a year, I'm good. Like, I'm not good in the realm of everyone. I'm good in the realm of me. I tend to forget that sometimes. I just reminded myself. Let's go find Trey. At least we'll watch him catch fish. You know what we didn't need today? Sunscreen. What's up? What's that? It's a beautiful day.
Oh man.
Have you looked at the leaderboard?
This is miserable rain.
Oh, come on, it's a good day. Oh, I'm fucked up, dude. Take what I can get. Safety is safety. There we go. Let's see if we can figure out what the hell is going on here. This thing cannot be dead. There's no way that battery is dead. Trouble up here or something? I just don't want to get flipped over. All right, everybody, so it's been a week. Where that video ended was last Friday. Today's Friday. I pre-fished last Friday. When I got back, on my way back to the ramp as I was paddling back, keeping in line with the course of the day, the GoPro, or DJI, stopped recording. Ended up being that the SD card was full. I normally switch cards as the days go by, but I forgot my other cards. So I had to run on the one card that I had, and it filled up on me. And then while I was driving, I kind of filmed a outro, a wrap up with my cell phone, and I hated it. I totally hated it. And then no lot sooner did I get home, and some stuff happened around the event, and I really just kind of sat with it for a week before I wanted to do a wrap up. Because honestly, this tournament became so much more than I thought it would, and so vastly different than what it was intended. So this tournament was supposed to be like me going to Lake Mzingo with Christian and Trey and the kayak anglers of Missouri, and me, Christian, and Trey were gonna camp. And it was more about fishing a lake. I've wanted to fish Lake Mzingo for over a year. I'm new to the bass fishing scene. I've only been doing it for a year. So Mzingo was never on my radar. And when I found out about last year, I didn't get there, and I couldn't wait to go this year. And I'm so glad that I went. But Christian wasn't able to make it. So it ended up being me and Trey. And pre-fishing was fun. I lost my net, but I did find a bite. And it wasn't anything outrageous, but I went into Saturday with a fair amount of confidence. Camping was super fun. I didn't even end up filming much at the camp, as you saw, because I was just having fun, hanging out with Trey and BSing and just relaxing, which was nice. The weather for fishing sucked. The winter was like over 90 inches. Like the top two were over 90 inches, which was really impressive. And Mzingo ended up being a little more than just a fishing tournament. There's a punk. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to go into the backstory. I'm sure he's watching this because he stalks all my content. We'll just call him JD. And JD is a very pathetic human being. And he made some post somewhere, some comment. I don't know. It's very childish. And quite honestly, I haven't seen the post. I don't care to see it. But people filled me in on the gist of it. And it's basically just knocking me for skunking on what he calls a farm pond. He must fish some pretty big farm ponds, but I think the whole thing is hilarious. Like, here's what Lake Mzingo is for Steve, okay? Lake Mzingo is a lake I had been dying to fish. It was fun to pre-fish with Trey. It was fun to camp with Trey. And even in that weather, I was having a blast. Was I frustrated about the fishing? Sure. But if these tournaments were about catching the fish and my name on a leaderboard, well, I'd be just as pathetic as JD because, my God, that dude never wins anything. He just finally won an event over like 60-something people. Like, woohoo, dude. God, your life must be sad if you really care about your name on a leaderboard that much. But for me, it was about going fishing with my friends, and I accomplished that. And I got to put some names to a couple of camo faces and share some jokes with people. And it was just a great time. And I'm not going to let some loser bum me out because I skunked on a farm pond. I got news for you, dude. I've skunked on lakes a lot smaller than that. I've never even claimed to be some great bass angler. Like, are you supposed to be hurting my feelings with telling me that I skunked? Like, bro, I don't care. I've been fishing for bass for a year. How long you been doing it to be challenging me or you're so much better than me? Who gives a shit? But this video needed a proper wrap up. I didn't want to just cut it off with me paddling. So I should talk about that. It ended up being the charger that I had for my battery apparently is not appropriate. It's a very nice smart charger that does lithium batteries. It claims to have a 0% mode. It apparently doesn't. And it charges my battery fine at home. At least I think. I've never had it die on me before. But running off the power at the camp, it did not charge the battery to full. After I got off the water and took a look at it, it was at like 0%. It's a 100 amp hour battery and it was tapped. And I have run that battery multiple days before without charging it. So I know that it wasn't getting properly charged. I got a new charger now. Everything's golden. But that ended up being what it was. The motor was shutting on and off all the time during the actual tournament. That actually wasn't related to the battery. That was a loose connection inside the battery box that I found when I got home. But it kept going all day until that battery ran out of juice. So I decided to call it at that point. It was like 30-mile-an-hour winds. And quite honestly, with having the frustrating fishing and all that already, I just didn't feel like paddling in the wind. I was wet. The sun was coming out as the motor died, like, of course, but I was wet. I was tired. I had a 4-hour drive home afterwards, and I was just like, I'm good. But I had a ton of fun. I love that lake. It was, I'll definitely be back, and maybe next time I won't skunk, but if I do, whatever. So, hashtag FSB, tight lines, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Here's Steve saying bye from the farm pond. See you later.